And that takes us basically to the end of our PTA business, and we'll start with the high school magnet night. I just want to thank all the high schools for attending, and then just go through some like administrative stuff to help things go a little more smoothly. Each of the high schools will give up to a 3-minute presentation. And then during these presentations, our middle school guests should request all the high school programs in the chat that they want to see. If you're not sure you want to see it, you might want to see it, just put it in there, because if some high school doesn't get anyone asking to go to it, I'm going to dismiss them so they can go on with the rest of their evening. And if you have questions for the high schools, please save those until the breakout rooms. And then after all the presentations are complete, I'm going to start the breakout rooms and put people in the breakout rooms to ask questions of the high school representatives. Those are usually either assistant principals or counselors, or some of the high school students are there as well. And then if you're in a Q&A session in a breakout room and you want to come back to the main meeting, you can leave the breakout room and then come back to the main meeting and request another high school. And you can do that as many times as you have time for until 8 o'clock. So first presentation is going to be Miss Roble, and also the second one will be Miss Roble because she's representing 2 programs, Clearwater CAICC and Clearwater AICE. Miss Roble, are you on the call?
Yes, I'm
okay.
Here.
Let me stop sharing and please feel free to share.
Okay, so I turned my camera on, so hopefully that works. Okay, I have 3 minutes per program, so is it okay if I talk about both my programs at once? So I don't
Absolutely.
myself twice. Okay, so I'm Mary Roble, and I'm the Academy Coordinator for Clearwater High School. I want to thank the PTA and Dunedin Middle for inviting us here tonight. This is a great opportunity during this very different time. I think I heard someone say that this decision of where your 8th grader is going to go next year can be nerve-wracking in like normal times. So of course, during a pandemic, it can be a little bit more overwhelming. But I want to assure you that all the schools are here to make sure that you just find the best placement for your child. Something our principal always says is the best school for your child is a school where he or she thinks that he or she can be successful, and all the schools in Pinellas County are going to do the best they can to support your child and make sure that they're as successful as possible in that school. But having said that, it is nice that we have these specialty programs so you can try to find something that's going to be a good path for your child. At Clearwater High School, we have 2 that are district application programs. You're going to hear them called, hear them called magnet programs still. You'll hear them called choice programs. The first one is our CAIC, and it's pronounced just like cake, that it's CAICC. That's the Career Academy for International Culture and Commerce. It's basically a mouthful, but it is a international business academy. So students in that program have a wide variety of interests. They're everything from business to international business, global affairs, global studies, really anything along those lines is an appropriate kind of interest for that program. Unlike some of the academies you're going to hear about in the district that are very specific in focus, we have an automotive academy at one of the schools, we have culinary at a couple schools. They're very specific, but international business is a little bit broader in scope. So, and again, one's not necessarily better than the other. It's just maybe what your child is interested in. As far as the CAIC program goes, that theme of international business, the way it works in our program is that students take 1 class in that theme of international business every year. And then, and this is part is a little bit tricky, but normally all the academies have what they call a hands-on piece. So again, for those examples, an automotive academy, they work on cars, culinary, they'll be cooking, veterinarian, well, I don't think they work on real animals, but they work on something like that. For the CAIC program, international business, well, our big thing is we take our kids off campus, normally, not during a pandemic, and to some place that is an example of international business. So we're partners with Raymond James, we're partners with Nielsen Media, we go to the Port of Tampa, we go to the airport, we go to just different places in the community to learn about business, and especially international business. So that's our CAIC program. I've been on our campus for over 20 years. Very strong parent program, parent support program booster for that. They meet the first Tuesday of every month. Still meeting now via Zoom. Lots of involvement. Those students have been leaders on our campus, like I said, for over 20 years. Our other program is ACE, A-I-C-E, and that stands for the Advanced International Certificate of Education, but you'll also hear it called the Cambridge Program. And some of you probably have heard of the Cambridge Program or ACE program. It is similar to an IB program. You probably have someone on here talking about those programs as well, in that it's an advanced academic program. There are entrance criteria for that program that are set by the district, and they are the same entrance criteria for ACE and for IB, which basically come down to test scores and GPA and certain classes that they're expected to take. ACE is an excellent program. I'm very proud of that program. We've had it on our campus. Oh boy, I think it's 8 years now. We have had great success with it. We find that our students are challenged but not overwhelmed. The curriculum is rigorous without you stressing them out too much. The biggest thing you hear about the ACE program is that it's flexible, in that in order to earn what's called the ACE Diploma, students have to take and pass 7 ACE exams. They have 3 years to do it, 3 school years, so they can either do it in 9th, 10th, and 11th grade, which is our goal for most of our ACE students, so that by the end of 11th grade, they've already earned their ACE Diploma. They can continue to take ACE courses in their senior year, but they can kind of relax a little and know that they've got that ACE Diploma under their belt. A couple reasons the ACE Diploma is so important. One is, again, the rigor of the classes is great preparation for college. 2 is that colleges recognize that program and they realize that students that can be successful in an ACE program in high school are more likely to be successful in college. And the third reason for our state in particular is that students who earn the ACE Diploma also and complete their service hours automatically qualify for the highest level of the Bright Future Scholarship. And again, you are all in middle school still, but these are things you're going to start hearing about, and it's going to start coming at you very fast. You haven't started high school yet, but already thinking ahead to college. And Bright Futures is an excellent scholarship that our state offers students. Normally, how students qualify for that scholarship is through a combination of their test scores and their GPA. An additional way to qualify, an alternative way to qualify for the Bright Futures is through earning your ACE Diploma. And it's just a lovely thing for a parent to know that at the end of 11th grade, that ACE Diploma is done. They've got their service hours and they can start applying to colleges knowing that that Bright Future Scholarship is secure. So there's a lot of advantages to both programs, and I'm proud of both programs. I will say that I'm also a proud parent of Clearwater High alumni. All 3 of my children graduated from Clearwater High School. All 3 were successful, got into the first college of their choice, and are all now working, which I think is what we all, our goal for our children. So I'm happy to answer any other questions anybody might have about either of our programs.
Okay. Thank you, Mary. We'll probably wait for the questions to be in the breakout sessions later on.
Okay, that sounds great.
Thanks. Our next school is Countryside iSTEM. Mr. Bernstein, are you available to talk?
Yes, I am.
Thanks.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Perfect. Okay. So my name is Brad Bernstein. Welcome. I am the director of the iSTEM program at Countryside High School. So I am the assistant principal for curriculum. I'm also in charge of the iSTEM program. So if it's okay, I'm going to share my screen, and please let me know. It says I've disabled. I guess I cannot share my screen. It says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can help. 1 second. Can you try again?
Nope. Okay, that's okay.
Well, you're not the only one that wants to share, so let me see if I can do this.
Can you make them a co-host?
Yeah, I'll just make it so all participants can do it. Now, can you try again?
There we are. Perfect. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, so hopefully you can see this screen right here. It says Countryside High School. Yes?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I am Mr. Bernstein. So here's my email address here. If you have any questions, obviously I'll be available during the session afterwards. But if you have any follow-up questions, anytime, my extension is right here. And here is my email address. The next piece I want to show you on our school webpage is if you click on the academics tab, and then if you scroll down, iSTEM, this will talk about all of our different programs that we have under the iSTEM umbrella. So Under the iSTEM umbrella, we have 7 different pathways that students can choose. So a lot of the programs in our district that you can apply to, it's a one specific program. Within the iSTEM program, you have 7 different pathways to choose from. So a student can be in one program all 4 years, or they can be in 2 or 3. It just depends on what your child wants to do. Recently, we've had many freshmen take 2 strands. When I say strands, I'm referring to these things on the left-hand side, which I'll go over momentarily as well. So there's multiple strands that students can take. They're just required to take 1 iSTEM class a year. So they can be the same iSTEM class, or it can be 2 different ones, but we just require 1 iSTEM class a year. And by the time a student is a junior, we ask you to stay with your 1 iSTEM class, but typically our seniors have some more flexibility in their schedule. So that's when we typically see students taking multiple strands. Students are required to take DIT, which is Digital Information Technology first. So if you're already taking that at your middle school, that's great. You can join the iSTEM strand your following school year in 9th grade, such as biotechnology or these items on the left-hand side. If your child is not taking DIT quite yet, that's perfectly fine. They can take it on Pinellas Virtual School over the summer if they want to. That way they can go into their strand class right away in 9th grade, or they can simply take Digital Information Technology with us in 9th grade and then start their strand class in 10th grade. So I know it's probably too late to make a schedule adjustment at the middle school level for your current child in 8th grade, but you can always do it on Pinellas Virtual School over the summertime if your child really wants to get into that iSTEM program their 9th grade year. So as I mentioned, there are 7 different pathways that your students can choose from, and they're all listed on the left-hand side right here. We will be posting more information about different events coming up. We do have our Discovery Night. It is virtual this year. So our Discovery Night is on Thursday, November 5th. Once again, the iSTEM Discovery Night is Thursday, November 5th at 6:30. Once again, more information will be posted on our school webpage as well as our Facebook page as well. It is completely virtual. One thing that we do typically is shadowing days, but once again, unfortunately, we're not able to do them. We'll have some videos posted as far as our programs. You can kind of see what they're about. But just briefly, the biotechnology program is about biology, chemistry. We have the only biotech lab in the entire state of Florida at our school. So we have a full lab. You're talking about $100,000 worth of real equipment that you would typically see in a biotech lab at our campus. CSIT deals with computer systems and information technology. So the nuts and bolts of how computers operate, hardware, software, networking, why computers turn on, those types of things. Digital design is one of our most popular strands based on the number of students taking it. It deals with the Adobe Photoshop suite. Photoshop year 1, InDesign in year 2. Once again, doing art on the computer, very, very popular strand. We have an engineering program in Countryside High School. Once again, you only have to choose 1 iSTEM class a year. You can do multiple things. They use a program called LabVIEW. So if you're an engineering student, for example, at the University of Florida, you'll be using this program called LabVIEW. So it gives a lot of good real-life experiences. Game and simulation is our most popular strand based upon number of students. This is the programming behind games, how games operate, how we move a character left or right. We talk about the programming side of those games. So students build games, but they also get to play games as well. We also have a web design. We currently have web design. We're actually converting that course next year into web app development and programming. So that will be morphing into a little bit of web design, but also it will have some app development and some software and programming development sides as well. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and once again 7 programs that your student can choose. So all our programs offer many industry certifications, which are real life certifications that students can take, and so that can lead to a job right out of high school, or can lead to some excellent knowledge for your child to take the next step into college. So we're going to meet your child where they're at, and we'll help them. If they're a top-end student, we can help them along their journey. If they're a student that struggles, we're still going to help them and make them successful as well. So if you have any questions, once again, Brad Bernstein, you can email me or contact me. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Brad. Okay. Our next presentation is from Dunedin High School, and it's Chris Settle. Chris, are you there?
Hey, I'm here. Let me get the video on, and I'm going to try to share as well. Oh, I got
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you to our friends over at Dunedin Middle for letting us come in. I'm trying to. Can everyone see that? Did it pull up?
No, I'm not able to see it right now.
Let me try one more time here. There we go.
Yes, that's good.
All right. Now, granted, this is not as fancy as my good friend, Mr. Bernstein from over at Countryside. I went very simple with Word. But and matter of fact, it's kind of, with the whole COVID thing and having to do the virtual piece, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of cool to kind of see some people I have not had a chance to see because our meetings are all virtual now. So hi, Brad, and I saw Peggy Dupe out there as well. Yeah, we have several choices with Dunedin High School. It's a lot of fun with Dunedin High School because it's a community school. We've been around for over 50 years. I think actually it'll be 60 years next year. And it's kind of neat to run into those students we have that are third and actually fourth generation Falcons on campus. So that's one of the cool aspects. And as Mr. Bernstein was talking about too, we do lose the shadowing component this year, which is really a difficult thing because as mentioned earlier, my friend from Clearwater was that it's getting on campus and finding the school that your student feels the best and feels most comfortable connecting with, because every school has some really cool and choices and opportunities and academies. For us, we have 4 that fall under what's the district application program. And with the difference between it and our in-house academies is that anyone in the area or in the district can apply for these. Now, fundamentals limited to North County, but all the other 3 can be from any student in the district. So you do not have to be in zone for Dunedin High School. You can participate in one of these programs. We have architecture. With architecture, it's a drafting and design program. You are able to earn certifications and industry certifications in AutoCAD and Revit before you graduate in the 4-year program. Some students actually graduate from Dunedin High School with those certifications and actually can begin working for firms right out of high school. We've had students do that. Some have earned dual enrollment college credits with SPC and their architecture program as well. We have that opportunity. We have applied robotics, which is one of our newer programs as well. We have several certifications options there, pre-engineering, also too in robotics, as you can imagine, but also too, we added drones. We have USI drones certifications, and also too, some students that have an opportunity to work for their FAA pilot licensing as well. So we added drones this last year, and we have several students excited about that opportunity. The last one's construction. A lot of people kind of shake their heads a little bit at construction, but I know if you've lived in Florida long enough that construction is one of those areas where there's always going to be jobs available. So our construction technology, another 4-year program goes through. There's certifications to be earned through NCCR and safety, carpentry, and other areas. We also too have dual enrollment opportunities with Pinellas Technical College, and also too the structure of that program carries over, like I said, with a Pcca, and also too all the way to the University of Florida and their construction management program. So there's some really awesome opportunities for those that might be interested in taking a construction route. Fundamentals, very unique. That is kind of our college track program for students. Our expectations there are students taking honors and AP classes as they go through their first 2 years. That freshman and sophomore year, we try to create pure core fundamental classes that are fundamental student only. And then as they become juniors and seniors, they usually branch out into other, like I said, AP and honor classes. There are dual enrollment students. There are early college students. There are also too our students that jump into our AP capstone. You know, you heard about Cambridge earlier. You heard about IB. AP capstone is from the College Board, and they work with universities to create a kind of a flexible type of high rigor academic course. And with AP capstone, students can take up to 6 or more AP classes. If they pass the class as well as the AP exam, they earn an AP capstone diploma at graduation, which earns them scholarship money, but also too makes them attractive to over 140 colleges and universities that recognize the AP capstone track. We have over 24 AP classes, so it's a very flexible track for our AP capstone students. Also too, in-house, these are ones that are offered to our students that are zoned for us and on campus. We have a Navy Junior RTC 4 years in a row. They've earned as a unit of distinction the past 4 years. They do an excellent job. Tons of community service and opportunities. I'm sure if you live in Dunedin, you've been at a community function, you've probably seen our color guard at so many different functions and events. They raised over a ton of food last year for the food bank across the street from us there at Dunedin High School, across the street at Pinehurst. We also too have cosmetology. Students in cosmetology can go through 4 years of collecting hours and experience, and eventually after they graduate, they can make a push toward getting their cosmetology state license. But they earn their hours there at Dunedin High School. AVID is a program for college preparatory. This is to teach students how to organize, how to improve their study skills. As they advance through the program, they are pushed to take higher rigor courses. They have to take honors, they have to take an AP class. But also too, they work on college applications, they work on research of colleges, what to look for in colleges, study what colleges have to offer and majors that they're interested in. They take field trip to colleges, they'll take college days. And so AVID's a really good program that I had the pleasure of getting involved with as a teacher right before I moved into administration, and to see what that has to offer for students who get to see what is past high school. A lot of kids don't get that opportunity, and AVID offers that opportunity. Performing in visual arts, we have, of course, band and orchestra. We do have the pipe band as well. For those of you that have pipe band members there at the Dunedin Middle. We also too have chorus, our Falconaires, and also to our theater and drama. We have classes available all 4 years for them, and also to our visual arts, our art department under Mr. Glino and Ms. Rowe, 2D, 3D arts, our digital art or 3D art. Not only do they, teach the art classes there on campus, they encourage their students to push themselves in their artistic ability, and they enter their students' work in all types of contests, and lots of our students get their art displayed in museums, including the Dolly Museum, and also too winning in competitions, so it's really cool. The last thing, and I'll hurry up here, was 3DES, a brand new program that got brought in this last year. It's a partnership with Junior Achievement. Junior Achievement partners with national corporations and local businesses, and what we do is we go through case challenges where the students will be taking on a challenge from a corporation. Matter of fact, we're about to do Arby's here pretty soon. Arby's gives the students a case challenge. They spend several weeks learning how to answer that challenge, but also too in their classes, those elements they need to learn in that case challenge, in their math classes, in their English class, or social studies class, those elements are added in as well in the instruction, and it brings real life to the classroom. It's really cool to watch that take place. So I'm sure I have talked long enough. I can get long-winded sometimes, but our Discovery Night is virtual as well. It's on November the 12th at 7 o'clock. Again, I'm Chris Sell, Assistant Principal. That's my email address. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thanks, Chris. All right, our next presentation is from Eastlake High School. Is Mr. Toscani here? Okay, is there any other person here for Eastlake High School that will be presenting?
Yeah, yes, I'm here. I'm just trying to unmute and turn on the camera.
Okay, absolutely great. Thank you.
Aha, success.
Hi.
Okay. So hello and good evening. Thank you guys for the opportunity to be here tonight to talk about Eastlake High School. I do appreciate the opportunity. I'll just say really quickly, I was a Golden Falcon from Dunedin High School, and Mr. Settles was talking about their construction program. Just a quick word on that, and I'll kind of tell you why we're having those conversations. The University of Florida does do a job fair for seniors for their construction management students, and to be invited to that particular job fair, the employers have to offer a job that pays $80,000 or more. If the job doesn't pay that much money, they're not even invited to the fair, which to me is a pretty amazing opportunity for those students at UF, and it's a tribute to just one of Pinellas County's great programs. And so I think the common thread you've heard from all the administrators so far tonight is that we all want your student to pick the program that's the best fit for them. We want them to come to a school and be happy and truly enjoy the opportunities they've chosen for themselves. That's especially true with our engineering program at Eastlake High School. It's a STEM program. It's math-centric. We also use a lot of computers, and the kids are going to do discovery through mathematics and computers as a primary function of what they do in our Project Lead the Way programs. So I'll just take a minute to tell you maybe about what's new in our program with engineering and why we think it's one of the most exciting here in Pinellas County. In the last couple of years, we've added 2 brand new teachers. We're going to add a third, hopefully this week, to our program. We are running out of battery, sorry. We are building a new robotics program here at Eastlake High School that emphasizes artificial intelligence. So as part of the robotics curriculum, we're doing autonomous self-driving cars, drones, and then of course robotics. over the course of 4 years, which culminates in a certification, as many of the administrators have talked about. What's unique about our program is that we now have a collaboration with the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So students after their junior year in our programs will have the opportunity to participate in a 2-week program called BeaverWorks at MIT as a result of their participation in our program, which is EagleWorks here at Eastlake High School. So that's obviously a phenomenal opportunity for students interested in robotics, and we think it's a phenomenal collaboration. We're using their curriculum as part of our program. So for kids interested in robotics, I don't think there's a stronger and better opportunity in probably a Pinellas County high school. So again, we're doing things like hands-on 3D learning. We have 3D printers in our school. It's like many of the other schools as well. So the kids can use those. We do have AP Capstone. In fact, we have the most AP Capstone diplomas of any school in Pinellas County. We have a Collegiate program. We have the most classes of any program in Pinellas County schools. And again, we also have a college readiness index, which would tell you, as many of the people have talked about, when students are participating in things like AP Capstone or AP coursework, the culmination is obviously if they've done their due diligence, they can get college credits for free through our programs, results in a capstone diploma, which can prepare them for the rigors of collegiate coursework. So that's an important thing. It's kind of hard to believe as incoming 9th graders, we're already talking about trying to transition into college, but you can tell that we all take very seriously your students' preparation for high school preparedness, but then also for what comes next, and that being obviously college coursework or careers. So we think we do a great job with all those things, and we'll hope you'll join us at one of the district's virtual fairs. There's going to be at least 3 fairs, and we'll do a fair of our own through Eastlake High School sometime in November. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. My information is on the school's website. We'll be updating our information and our program information in the next few days to make sure it's relevant and current, so that if you do have questions, hopefully they're answered there. But again, I encourage you to reach out to me directly if you do have questions. So again, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate everything that's been done tonight and the opportunity to speak with all of you virtually. So have a great night. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Toscani.
Sure.
Our next participant is Gibbs High School Pcca program. Mr. Derek Weston, are you available?
I am. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
Excellent. Good evening, everyone. Thank you again to Dundee and Heideland Middle School for hosting us here this evening. I just want to share a few words with you about Pcca. I believe you can see my screen at this time, correct?
Yes, I can see it.
Excellent. Pcca is Pinellas County's magnet for the visual and the performing arts. Our focus really is on the development of the individual artist. We do that through advanced core academic courses, intensive arts classes, private instruction, and a great deal of one-on-one progress monitoring. But as wonderful as that all sounds, what is really special about our program is that our students are in a place that they feel like they truly belong. We all know that the artistic temperament is a real thing. And at Pcca, students are around like-minded artists in a very collaborative, not a competitive atmosphere. Students are able to study dance, music, and within music, they can choose to study an instrument or voice, theater, and inside of theater, we have performance theater, musical theater, and design technology, which is otherwise known as technical theater. A lot of the behind-the-scenes things that happen with set construction and lighting and sound and costumes and makeup and all that type of thing, and visual art. As you can see, we have quite an array of academic core classes that students can take, including a vast array of advanced placement courses and a number of dual enrollment options. And we are looking to grow that number of dual enrollment courses in the very near future. Admission to Pcca is based on an audition. Now, we're one of the only programs in the district that the lottery does not apply. So every student that applies to Pcca is invited to audition. Of course, given the way that things are going right now with the pandemic, all of our auditions this year are going to be virtual, and we're going to have instructions about how that audition process is going to work on our website by January. But again, want to emphasize that everyone who applies is invited to audition for the program. The audition requirements are also on our website, which is gopcca.com. Each major has something a little bit different that they'd like you to demonstrate. And I'd like to emphasize that auditions, we're not looking for perfection. It's not like American Idol where the judges are going to sit there and take shots at everybody to see who has the quirkiest remark. It's our goal for students to be successful, and we're looking for talent and potential. Our Discovery Night is on Tuesday, December the 1st at 6 p.m. It will be virtual, and we will have more details at our website at gopcca.com. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Weston. I might need to go out of order a little bit here. I wanted to check and see if Ms. Nicole Johnson from Gibbs Beta is here. We had her scheduled at the end, but since I'm trying to keep it in alphabetical order, Ms. Johnson, are you available?
I'm available, ready to go.
Awesome, thanks. Go ahead.
Okay, let me share my screen. Good evening. My name is Nicole Johnson. I am the magnet coordinator for the Beta Academy. Beta is Business Economic Technology Academy. Our program blends business and technology skills into students' academic courses. Our academy uses hands-on curriculum with photography, film, 3D animation, gaming, and a real-world simulated business class where students use their critical thinking skills and hands-on curriculum to operate a business within the school. The ultimate goal of our program is for students to leave with a portfolio of pathway items in an electronic format, accompanied with several industry certifications within each student's chosen pathway of study. The academic courses are taught by instructors who have professional experience in his or her respective field of teaching. We have 6 pathways within the Beta program. Our first pathway is digital media technology. That pathway kind of stems off in 2 different directions. You can go the photography direction or the video-based direction. And the courses are listed as it relates to the progression. The industry certification for each pathway is listed underneath. So as you can see, within the digital media technology pathway, we allow our students to obtain industry certifications within the Adobe suite. The next pathway is digital design, where our scholars take digital design 1, 2, and 3. For each course, the respective industry certification is underneath. We have Photoshop, we have Illustrator, and then digital design 3, we have Premiere Pro and After Effects. So at the completion of each pathway, the expectation is scholars are walking out with a number of certifications under their belt. Okay. Our next pathway, which is newly added this year, happy to say, is computer science. The first course is Advanced Information Technology. The industry certification related to that is here. Foundations of Programming. Then we have Procedural Programming, and then Object-Oriented Programming. Within that pathway, scholars are also given the opportunity to take 2 AP courses, AP Comp Science Principles and AP Comp Science Principles A. As you can see, there are several industry certifications related to the computer science pathway. We also offer game and simulations, where scholars are building and designing games, video games. The first course, DIT. The next one is Game and Simulations Foundations. These are the respective certifications at the completion of that course. Then we have Design, and then we have programming. And each one of these have the certifications that scholars are able to earn at the completion of each course. Our next pathway is networking. Networking 1, 2, and 3. And I'm very happy to say this year, we have, this pathway is dually enrolled with our Pinellas Technical College, which is located right across the street. However, one of our very own instructors within Beta is the instructor, so our scholars begin taking this dually enrolled course during their 10th grade year by one of our own instructors through the completion of the pathway. So they're not only graduating high school with a high school diploma, they're also graduating with program completion at Pinellas Technical College. And it's offered right on our campus. Our next pathway is business supervision and management. The courses, the second course, that entrepreneurial course, we offer these students in this course, they operate the coffee shop right on our campus. So it's a business where they provide coffee on a couple days a week. So they operate and run that business. The next class is legal aspects of business. And then these last two classes, Introduction to Business and Principles of Management, those are two college courses that are dually enrolled with St. Petersburg College. A couple added bonuses for being a part of the Beta Academy. We also have right on our very own campus that you can take, that students can take along with a Beta pathway. We have the Emergency Medical Technical Preparatory Academy. Basically, they're at the completion of that program, they're graduating with an EMT certification. We have an Early Child Care Education Academy. So those students graduate with a high school diploma in addition to a certification or program completion for early child care. We also offer the Future Business Leaders of America on our campus, Esports Club, and we've just started the National Technical Honor Society. So in addition to the National Honor Society, scholars have an opportunity to be a part of the National Technical Honor Society. We have a QR code. Parents, if you would like to scan right now with your phones, you can scan the QR code. That's an interest form if you're interested in possibly shadowing or just visiting for our discovery night. We'll reach out to you with an invite, but we would love to answer any questions that you may have still. So please feel free to scan that QR code. That interest form will pop up and you can give us your contact information. We also have our Beta team, department, faculty, and team listed here. And finally, we welcome you to join our Discovery Night, which is going to be held December 2nd at 6 p.m. You can visit our website for details, or as I said before, feel free to scan the QR code, which I've put back on the screen, and we'll send you the information. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Johnson. Our next speaker would be Josh Wolfenden from Jacobson Tech. Josh, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome, take it away.
All right, thanks for having us. And if you have the chat open, I just dropped a link to our website into the chat there. Please feel free to check out our website for Richard O. Jacobson Technical High School at Seminole. You may not have heard of us before. We're the newest school in the Pinellas County school system. We're currently in our third year of full operation. We were previously known as the Ag Farm or Career Academies of Seminole. At one time, I think it was Seminole Vocational Education Center. But we are a full functioning high school now. We're a small school. We'll top out at about 600 students total when we get up to full enrollment. We offer 7 different vocational programs, and our goal is for every one of our students to graduate with their high school diploma, as well as industry certification, and possibly a couple of college credits. If you check out our website, you'll see that we were awarded by the Magnet Schools of America the Emerging School of Excellence Award, which is pretty prestigious among magnet programs.
Got back on that thing. I wasn't supposed to go until 7:40 to 7:43.
Hey, Ms. Johnson, can you mute your mic,
I
please?
just happened to be.
Thank you. All right. Okay, we live in a Zoom age. It's all good. So if you go to our website, you'll see that we were awarded Magnet Schools of America Emerging School of Excellence. We were our principal, Mrs. Giancola, was also awarded Pinellas County Schools Secondary Principal of the Year last year. So we're very proud of some of our achievements. Let me tell you a little bit about transportation, because coming from Dunedin, that may be a concern or an issue for you. We do offer transportation anywhere in the Mid-County range. So if your zoned school would be Seminole High School, Largo High School, Clearwater High School, Pinellas Park, or Hollins High School, then we will offer you transportation. It may be arterial transportation, just so you're aware, but we do offer transportation to our school if you live in the zone for any of those 5 high schools. Also wanted to let everybody know about our programs. We have 7 programs: construction, electric, and marine mechanics. Those are more vocational programs. Our students graduate with NCC ER certifications, OSHA certifications, and for the marine mechanics program, they'll actually graduate with an ABYC certification. These are certifications they can take directly into a workplace, and gives them a great advantage over other people who are applying for jobs. We actually provide internships in the senior year, and really have a huge emphasis on getting kids into the career field that they want to thrive in. It doesn't mean that they can't go to college. In fact, a lot of our students will end up graduating, and when they're in college, they can actually work in the career field that they're interested in, and it gives them a leg up and a much advancement over the other students that they're competing against. So construction and electric will actually work with Habitat for Humanity several times per year. And we've done some builds with a group called Sleep in Heavenly Peace, where they build bunk beds for underprivileged children who don't have a bed to sleep on. And there's just all kinds of great things that go on with that program. They participate in construction days and take different field trips and things like that. Marine mechanics, they're actually working on a Flip My Boat project. So we had a boat that was donated. Students are actually working on that boat to refurbish it, restore it, and then they're going to sell it and use the profits to buy another boat. And so it's a really great hands-on experiences for the kids. We have some medical-based programs. We have a nursing program as well as a veterinary assisting program. Our nursing program is fantastic. The students will either graduate with a CNA. If they come in with English 1 and Algebra 1, they can actually graduate with an LPN, which is pretty exciting because that's a pretty expensive certification if you were to go out and take the classes at Pinellas Technical College or Jersey College or another school of nursing. Our vet assisting program is awesome. We're actually in the middle of a construction project right now. In January, we should have a $3.5 million building completed. It's a state-of-the-art building. It's going to house a marine science classroom, 2 veterinary classrooms, a veterinary lab, and this really cool indoor-outdoor stable for large animals. We also have a dog room, a cat room, and a rabbit and bird room in that building. So kids are actually working with real animals. We will have a partnership with animal services. So we will have dogs and cats on loan throughout the week. We have about 18 rabbits on our campus, 4 or 5 birds. We have 5 cows, 2 horses. We had some goats, and we're looking at getting some more. We have 2 pigs that our students work with pretty much daily. And so it's really neat. It's a very different experience, very hands-on experience for the students in those programs. Our last 2 programs are very technological programs. We have a gaming program as well as a commercial art program. Our gaming students are actually they're not video game players. They like to code, they like to construct, they're not the big time video game players. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This is Richard O. Jacobson Technical High School talking now. And so our gaming program is great. They compete in the National Next Generation Tech competition each year. There's actually a $10,000 prize for winning that program, and our students always place pretty highly in that competition. It's pretty amazing some of the products that they develop in that competition. And for our commercial arts program, they do a lot of real world graphic design things. If your students ever got a chance to go to Enterprise Village, there's actually a little component inside the Finance Park and Enterprise Village compound there that's dedicated to Mr. Jacobson, our namesake, that our commercial arts students actually developed and installed. So you can see their work all around town. They do a lot of commissions for different businesses and things like that. So they get real world experience with graphic design.
Hey, Mr. Wolfenden?
Yes.
Is it okay if I cut you off here? We're trying to get everyone in so we can have some time for Q&A, and it's been about 5 minutes, if you don't mind.
Yeah, not a problem. No problem. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sure thing.
All right, our next speaker is Ms. Fawaz from Lakewood AMSET.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. Okay, let me just get to my little presentation, you guys. Can you see my little presentation things? Is AMSET at Lakewood High?
No, not yet.
Shoot, I did just share my screen. Let me go back to it. Share screen. What about now?
It looks like it's starting. Yeah, it works.
Okay, yay. Let me get out of here. Hey. Sorry, I'm so not technologically advanced. All right, so our program over at Lakewood High School is AMSET. That stands for Aquatic Management Systems and Environmental Technology, which is like a really long and like wordy title. Basically all we are is an aquaculture program, which is the production of any aquatic creature for human consumption. So we raise fish and aquatic plants, crayfish, regular fish, tilapia, anything that you might find at like a grocery store. In the seafood section, we are raising in class. We care for tons of various types of aquatic life in our classroom. We have huge, like 500-gallon tank in our room, 300-gallon tanks, just various tanks all over the place. We've got a lot of reptiles, if you're into that kind of thing. Learn about aquatic plant management, like native and invasive species. We have an outdoor classroom. It's about 1 acre with a pond and like a little track around it, and we care for aquatic plants out there. And we use those plants for environmental restoration projects around the community. So we usually work with Tampa Bay Watch, and they're a really amazing group helping the bay. They're doing cleanups, building oyster domes. We'll use these plants and go plant them at like a beach if it's eroding away. We do lots of work with them. Let's see. Oh, here's just a picture. It's a little blurry, but this is one of our projects that we did with Tampa Bay Watch over on the right-hand side. We filled up these bags with oyster shell and then got to go out on the boat with them and put it in the water. And we're basically making a new area for oysters to come and attach, which should help the water quality in the bay. So we're usually doing a lot of really fun hands-on activities like this, a lot of outdoor activities, a lot of hands-on activities. And some of the reasons to choose AMSET is really fun. It's perfect for students that really like science, hands-on projects. You want to go outside and learn from like a real life experience. We do very little like textbook work, very little like taking notes, and it's not so much like your traditional type of class. And there's an opportunity to get certified in 2 different areas. The Aquaculture Technician is like our most obvious one that everyone wants to do, and usually what they join the class for. You can go get a job at like any aquarium, any sort of aquaculture facility with this certification, and it just makes, even if you're not really planning on going into that right out of high school, it's something to at least have on your resume that makes you look really good and makes you stand out. If that's maybe you're trying to go into a field like that in the future, or maybe after college, or even on your college applications, it would look really great. And then our newest certification that we're just starting this year is for water treatment plant operator. So basically you think of, you know, we have a big storm and all that water has to go somewhere and has to get treated before it can get put back out into the environment. And there's people at these water treatment plants that need to supervise all that equipment, make sure that water is clean and healthy to go back into the environment. And they're actively looking for people to fill these jobs. There's really a shortage, and they pay really well just with the certification right out of high school. So that's something that a lot of people, especially if they're not planning to go like the college route, want to get the certification, because you can get a really amazing job right out of high school. And then this class, we go on a lot of really fun, like hands-on trips and adventures. Our most recent one was last summer, went to the Galapagos Islands with the group. We went to the Georgia Aquarium. We go to the Tampa Aquarium, SeaWorld. Coming up this summer, I'm hoping to plan a trip to the Florida Keys for a few days. So lots of hands-on, getting outside, doing things that pertain to real life. And then on the right, that's just a picture from our Georgia Aquarium trip of a whale shark. It was so much fun. If you guys have any questions, I think I have one more slide. Yeah, if you want to, I'm trying to keep it short because I know we're trying to get back on schedule. But this is my email over here, shalisr@pcsb.org, or the AP for our program is Pasakantande, akantande@pcsb.org. And you can always visit the Lakewood High School website. We've got a whole section about AMSET and the different magnet programs that we have at our school. All right, that's all for me. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Okay, our next presenter is Lakewood Cat. Is Miss Calderon on the call?
I am. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello. I'm going to also share my screen. I have a small presentation, I promise. Oh no. Can you guys see it? No?
Hey, what happened?
Hello. I don't see it. I see Mrs. Stanziano, it looks like.
Oh man, it's giving me issues. I might just have to tell you all about cats. I will share the website if anything, because we have plenty of content on there. Oh, okay. Let me share. Oh, can you see it? No, wait.
Yeah, I see it now. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Phew. So CAT stands for the Center for Advanced Technologies. It's at Lakewood High School. Our mission is to provide quality application-based learning opportunities in a state-of-the-art supportive environment, integrating math, science, and technology through student research. Here's some pictures. It is a 4-year academic program, and we emphasize on advanced mathematics, advanced science, computer applications programming, television production, scientific research, cybersecurity, and robotics. That is an awesome program, very popular at CAT. Mr. Ness is the robotics instructor. They also do drones, and he's one of our STEM teachers as well from the district. We do the one-to-one tablet initiative. So every CAT student gets a new tablet that they carry with them, and they use it in the classroom as well, especially right now with Canvas and Microsoft Teams. They're using that every day. We are one of the 3 best represented programs in the country for National Merit Finalists. And we have a morning news show called Fast Forward, judge best high school news show in the nation. 4-year engineering robotics honors program. And we also do industry certifications, academic coaching, and we're a Microsoft Showcase school. And I was going to take you to our website, but I already have it open. We have our own YouTube channel as well. So this website, cat.pcsb.org, and I'll put it in the chat as well. And it'll tell you more about our program. And here's where you'll find the YouTube channel for the morning shows that the students put on for us at Lakewood. And we actually have students who run this website, so that it stays up to date. This is me, and I'll put my email address in the chat room as well. And then the last thing I want to show you is the actual curriculum. So for science, we have physics, biology, chemistry, we have research, and AP biology and AP chemistry. We have our technology pathway, we have our engineering. Let me just show you this. So yes, you can also get industry certs in Photoshop. And then we have robotics, and we actually already earned some industry certs for robotics. So check out the website and then email me with any questions, and I will put that in the chat. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for keeping it short so we can have time for Q&A. All right, our next participant is Northeast High School. Miss Mullaney, are you there? Okay, is there a Mr. Fassenmeyer or any other person to represent Northeast High School? Okay, we'll skip that one for now. Next one is Palm Harbor University High School. IB, is Miss Ambergy available?
Yes, I am, and it's Miss Ambergy.
I'm sorry.
No, it's no worries. So, hello, good evening, everybody. I'm actually not going to share my screen because I think that I'll probably mess it up. It'll take too long. So again, I'm Amanda Ambergy, the International Baccalaureate Coordinator at Palm Harbor University High School. Just a few things about our program. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's an excellent program. It's basically a very rigorous program. It's designed for our students to be what we call international learners. So the IB program literally has an international curriculum that we follow. So you are going to have classes within the International Baccalaureate program that you would not see in any other traditional high school curriculum. Again, they are internationally based, so you're going to see the same curriculum that you would see in Japan and China and London, all over the place. It's really, really amazing, the different things that we expose our students to. We do have an admissions criteria, so you do have to earn minimum test scores along with grades, and there are certain prerequisites in order to be accepted into the program. I'm going to upload a PowerPoint with me kind of voicing over it so you guys can all see what those minimum qualifications are and what exactly it means to be an IB. We are a 4-year program, so we do accept students as freshmen. The first 2 years of the program is going to be what we call a pre-IB program. So those students are going to take more of like the AP-oriented classes. And then the last 2 years, so the students' junior and senior year, is going to be when they actually get into the diploma program. And that's when you take IB-specific classes. And there's different levels. We have what's called standard level and higher level. And what's really amazing about that is that students get to focus significantly on something that they're very interested in. They write different things like extended essays. They learn how to be, again, international learners. They learn the why behind things, not just memorizing information. They also do a project, it's called a CAST project, Creativity, Activity, and Services. Again, our goal is to make sure that these students are well-rounded. They are international citizens. So we encourage our students to be part of community. So they can do anything from volunteering to performing service hours. We encourage them to be part of after-school activities such as maybe the theater, different clubs, different sports. Again, the goal is to make sure that these students get the most out of their education level. When they are finished with the IB program at Palm Harbor University High School, they do earn what they call an IB diploma. So in addition to their traditional high school diploma, they actually get an IB diploma, which qualifies them for the highest scholarship of the Bright Futures. We are very, very lucky to have some amazing students. We've had students go anywhere from MIT to Harvard, Columbia, NYU, University of Florida. So we have some really great connections there, and we do our best to try to provide the information and the knowledge for the students in content areas. And again, we have teachers from all over the world trying to keep it as more of an international based as we can. So again, this PowerPoint presentation that we have created, again, I'm kind of voicing over it, goes into much greater detail as to what the curriculum is, what the classes are that students can take, what the schedule looks like, and it goes into a little bit grander detail as to what the diploma entails as well. So that's it for me. I hope to see a bunch of you guys in the Q&A.
Okay, thank you so much. Our next presenter is Mrs. Dupay from Palm Harbor University High School Medical Program.
Hi, good evening. I'm not going to share my screen either. I know that we are running out of time here. I will also share mine in the chat, but basically the Center for Wellness and Medical Magnet Professions, we have a single lottery system that students can apply to in order to get in. Once they get in, we actually have 3 different tracks. We have our straight track medical, which is a 4-year program that the students will then, at the end of the 4 years, be able to choose to up to 4 different certifications. We have EKG, CNA, EMR, and personal trainer. Our second track is our Project Lead the Way biomedical track. It is a minimum of a 3-year program with an optional 4th year internship where the students can earn their base certification. And our last track that we added last year is our pharmacy technician track. And this is also a 4-year program where the students at the end of the 4 years can earn a pharmacy technician license. So very proud of our program. We have many awards that go along with it. And I will answer any questions in the Q&A, and I will leave it at that so you can get the last 2 schools in.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, our next school is St. Pete Collegiate High School in North Pinellas, and Mr. Call, are you available for that?
I am available. I'm
Awesome.
going to share my screen real quick.
Excellent.
And then I'll go ahead and get started. So it's St. Petersburg Collegiate High School. We actually have 2 collegiate high schools in Pinellas County. One is in St. Petersburg on the St. Pete Gibbs campus. And the second one is my school. I'm the principal of the Collegiate High School on the Tarpon Springs campus. Both those are on the campus of St. Petersburg College. So we've been around for 16 years now. We've been an A every year that we've been open. And we've been open for 16 years on the St. Pete Gibbs campus, and we opened our second school on the Tarpon Springs campus in August of 2019. So the mission and vision are simple and real clear. Students that come to St. Petersburg Collegiate High School, not only do they own their high school diploma, but when they graduate from high school, they also graduate with their associate in arts degree from St. Petersburg College. And so I'll explain how that works in just a second. One of the big things to know is that we don't take 9th graders. We start in the 10th grade. During the 10th grade year, we focus on getting students ready for college. And so the students, they do take high school classes. Some of the electives are reading and writing, and the whole curriculum is focused on getting them ready to be college students by the time they're juniors in high school. Our school day is a little bit different than Pinellas County schools. We are a charter school, so we do have some different rules and some different times. We are from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday for our sophomores. When students become juniors in our school, they take all college classes on the SPC campus. And so we help them pick their classes. Those classes are based on getting their high school diploma, also their AA. And as they get more and more of those requirements, then they can start taking classes that meet prerequisites and that meet what their needs for whatever career that they are choosing. We also have students in a leadership program because they're going to be a little bit earlier. They're going to be taking positions in their career earlier. So we want to make sure that they are prepared not just to work in their career field, but also be leaders in their career field. So a couple other things, we have seminars for them once a week, and we also require them to do 2.5 hours in our learning lab so that they're make sure they're studying and keeping up with our work. We do have some admission criteria for 10th graders. It's they have to have a 3.0 GPA or higher. They are going to have to take the PERT test, certain scores on the PERT test. Those are for sophomores. And then for juniors, there are also certain scores. These are scores that all students need to take in order to take dual enrollment classes. And so the scores are lower for sophomores because we have a whole year to get them ready to meet these PERT scores while they're juniors. So why choose SPCHS? Well, one of the obvious reasons is that tuition is free. So you're getting 2 years of college for free without paying tuition. And that includes books. We provide books. We lend you the books and you bring them back to us at the end of the semester. And one of the great things about the school is that you have almost the entire college catalog at your disposal. So if you're interested in math and science because you want to go into a medical field, you can take as many math and sciences if you want. But if you're interested in art, you can take drawing 1, drawing 2, design 1, design 2. If you're interested in literature, you can take all the literature classes. And so you can really design your own program because you have access to so many courses at the college. We are a fully functioning high school, so we have lots of clubs and activities for students. We have SGA, we have Interact, we have Multicultural Club, we have Yearbook. We do Take Stock in Children, Art Club, Math Club, all different types of clubs. We have dances for students. You can see on the right, that was from Dance Week. We had Spirit Week, and so students were dressing up, and so all sorts of things. So you get the benefits of the college academics with still a high school experience. And so some of the frequently asked questions, we do, not this year, but usually we allow students to shadow. Students can play sports. They just play sports at their zone PCS school. Transportation, all of our students, because they're college students, can ride the PTA bus for free. And students eat lunch in our cafe, but we do have students for vouchers who qualify for free and reduced lunch. And we do have options for parents to get involved. We have an active PTSA, SAC, and opportunities to volunteer. And so usually we have more applications than we have spots. And so that is done by a random lottery. We are a very small school. We only have 250 students total. And so that's roughly 80 students per grade. And that's it. And I'll see you in the
Q&A.
Yep, in the Q&A.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, our next school is Tarpon Veterinary Program. Is Ms. Talarino here for that? Okay, is there anybody here for the Tarpon Vet Program to present? Okay, we'll move on. The Tarpon Leadership Conservatory for the Arts. I see we have some people here for that. I think Ms. Sam Kopek might be the person speaking. Is that correct?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
So hello everyone, my name is Sam Kopek and I'm one of the band presidents at the Tarpon Springs Leadership Conservatory for the Arts. Our program will be hosting our Discovery Night on November 11th and it will be open to both in-person and virtual participants. Students will be able to shadow in school or meet some of our performers and directors in a virtual meeting. If you have any questions or would like to set up a shadow date, please stop by the TSLCA breakout room. And now we have a short video for you to enjoy and we hope you have a great night.
Okay, I'm not able to hear the video. Would you let me
hear it?
No, I can't. Would you let me to try to share it from my screen? I think I have it bookmarked.
Let me try this one more time. I think I figured it out.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
And in first place, Bands of America Grand National Champion, the Tarpon Springs Outdoor Performance Ensemble from Tarpon Springs, Florida.
Every single student should have exposure to music. Every single student should have an opportunity to improvise in some way, shape, or form. That's the way of the future. I mean, we want forward thinkers, we want innovators. And as being a musician, you're already an innovator.
I chose Tarpon Springs out of the more than 30 high schools in Pinellas County because it offers something different. Leadership and music together, along with the multiple travel opportunities and performance opportunities. How many high schoolers can say that they've performed in Lucas Oil Stadium with more than 3,000 people watching them?
We went from having 7 students our first year to now the band performing at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, being the Bands of America National Champion, playing at Carnegie Hall, Lincoln Center, the John F. Kennedy Performing Arts Center. Our color guard was the WGI World Champions for 2 times. Our jazz ensemble have been the champions of the Berkeley Jazz Festival in Boston, Massachusetts.
When we went to Carnegie Hall, that was a huge honor. There's only, I think, about 12 bands that got invited to go and perform at Carnegie Hall. And that honor to do that was a huge reward for us. I don't think I've ever met anybody besides my band people, my band friends and family, that can honestly say they have ever performed at Carnegie Hall.
You know, in the arts, I think that's what makes it such a personal thing. You know, I know there's some great teachers, but the outstanding teachers really teach to the student. And being in the World Guard or the A Guard or just in Guard in general, you know, it's personally identifying with each student and what will motivate them, and more importantly, what will make them persevere past what they think is achievable for themselves.
While we learn from others and we respect others, there is no one program that we look at and say we want to be like that. We want to be like, or we want to be something that doesn't exist at the current moment. And we want to do that really well. And we want to provide the highest level of education and life experiences that we possibly can for our young people, and something that they could not get anywhere else or at any other zip code other than at the Tarpon Springs Leadership Conservatory for the Arts.